Everybody, it's your boy Randy, aka R Barber 88. Yo, today I'm gonna be talking about the reason why I got this STI 2018 STI instead of the WRX, and I'll be talking about the pros and cons. Anyways, before I make this video, I'm gonna give a shout out to Fairfax Subaru in California, Justin, who is the internet sales manager, and Tony, who sold me this car. Man, hey, if you guys are looking for any type of Subarus or any car you want, hit up Fairfax Subaru, Chevrolet Subaru, and they are legit. I'm talking about legit. The best dealership I've ever dealt with in the 4 cars that I bought total. Those guys made me feel comfortable. They hooked me up with everything possible. Like, I walked out of this car for 40, at the dealership for 41 with everything. I'm talking about 7 years, 100,000 miles, gap insurance, 5-year warranty on my tire, 2 years oil change for free. I got permanent plate coming up next week. That was under there, and they paid for my insurance for the first month. I mean, what kind of dealership does that? Pay for your insurance for the first month so you can drive your car. And you know what? My bank was so legit that it deferred the payment till February. So I paid zero. I'm talking about $0 out of my pocket for this car. Yeah, my monthly payments are high, but you know what? I can afford it. I can afford it due to the fact that I live back with my mom. So I saved myself about $1,400 in rent and mortgage space, or in rent space and mortgage. That's what I was paying before. I was paying $1,500, Here in California is very expensive, and that's what I was paying. I'm in the process of selling my house, and it's almost like 95 complete done. So about 5% more waiting for the approval of the rent for the mobile home, and after that I get my money and split the cost between me and my ex, and I come pay rent here at my mom's, and I save myself a lot of money. You know, I got a decent job, great benefits. I work at Costco. I'm here in California, Santa Rosa, California, and it's gonna do justice. You know, I got 3 kids. I don't know why I'm telling my story about my life. Anyways, this car, my insurance is a little on the high end due to because I pay Geico, and actually I'm going to switch it back to my family's insurance, which is Farmer, and it's going to be about $180 a month compared to $270. So that's about $90 that I'm saving every single month switching over to my family. So anyways, let's go back to the reason why I got an STI instead of a WRX. The reason why is this. Number one, I've always been a fan of the STI due to the fact that me and my best friend Peter Niang, we always, back in the days when we were younger, his family had stacks. I'm talking about maybe even bigger than my hand. I'm talking about stacks from the floor up to about like 4 feet high of import magazines. I mean, they were very popular back in the late 90s, and everybody was into them, and his family was into them. I mean, they had every edition you could possibly think of, and then some of them were still on plastic that did not be touched. But other than that, me and him after school, we would go hang out at his house, or every time I go hang out at his house, we've always get a stack of magazines, sit on the floor, and start reading it, looking through it, and just putting ourselves our dream car together. And this is the car, and he knows it. Not a lot of people know it, but he and his family knows that this car I've been wanting for the longest time. You know, I originally wanted the 06, 07, and I really made my mind up to get the 06, 07, but I couldn't bring myself, and changed it because I could not bring myself up to spending $30,000 on a car that had 30,000 miles that was about 11 years old. And some people say, oh, where are you reading that from? Well, I'm not looking for a car that has 60 or 70 or 80 or 100,000 miles. I'm looking for a car that has low mileage, because you don't know if those guys abuse this car. Anyways, Subaru owners or future Subaru owners, check it out. So if you buy a car with a Subaru, remember, these cars, a lot of people beat up. They take it to the max. They modify it, so you got to be careful. I'm not saying all guys. I'm saying there's some out there that fix the car and they abuse the crap out of the car. They take it to the racetrack or whatever. Take it drifting, take it dirt road, whatever they want to do. But you got to remember and keep that in mind when you're buying a used Subaru, that these cars can be abused, and then a lot of engine problem later after you buy the car is due because of poor treatment of the car. But you know, definitely you'll tell, and if they have Carfax on, you know, oil change and stuff like that, maintenance legit on point every single time, then you know that car is getting really well taken care of. So that's what you got to look for. But anyways, I bought this car new because I just wanted a reliable car, because if you can see it right here, that is my Mazda 6i 2006. It is trash. I am dumping it soon as I find the pink slip for it, or have to go to the DMV and get a new pink slip. I'm definitely trashing that. I mean, I cannot say it was a bad car. It was a great car. It took care of me. The gas on the mileage was about close to 30 miles a gallon, and you know, I didn't have to spend too much on gas, but I did not take care of the car. You know, and I want to say sorry to my mom and dad for that, because they went out of their ways to give me the car, and I didn't appreciate it, you know, and I regret that every bit of my life, that I didn't appreciate the little things that, you know, your folks do for you, you know, and that taught me a long, you know, a lesson learned, because I bought my car now for myself, and I'm definitely going to be taking care of it, and hopefully I can hand it down to my son. And anyways, check this out. This is my son, my 5-year-old son, pick out this car seat right here because he wanted to kind of match the interior, black and red. So he picked that out at Target, and he is the happiest kid ever. And you know what? Those little side panels for his head, it allows him not to slump over, because half the time he'd be like this. And exactly like that, because my son looks identical to me, just a little lighter skin tone. But anyways, that's the reason why I got the STI. I'm not going to sit there and live my life and go, you know what, I should have got the STI instead of WRX. If you want the car you've been wanting for a long time, get it. Don't downgrade to the car below. I'm not saying a WRX is downgrade, because those newer engines, the F20 is definitely an upgrade to the Subarus, and fuel efficient, family friendly. Those cars are legit. But that wasn't me, because that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for an STI, and I got it. And yeah, it's bad on gas, but you know what? Every time I get in the car, if I have to fill up the gas tank, whatever, because this car is worth it. And I don't care what anybody says. You know, you're spending on a 2018 limited edition WRX. It's about 35, 36 out the door. I pay about $5,000 more, and I got myself an STI. You know what I mean? Not many people want to pull the trigger. I got the top of the line, the bread and butter of the car. Yeah, there's some flaws about this car, and gas mileage one of them, and ring failures. Like I said, these cars blow up because, you know what, it's like steroids. You're putting stuff in your body that doesn't need to be there. Eventually it's going to take a toll, for sure. It's going to take a toll. So I'm leaving my car, my engine stock. The only thing I changed it to was add a NVIDIA R400 to the exhaust, and swap that out from the stock exhaust, and that's it. The only thing I'm doing is exterior work, and I'm not touching the engine, because I don't want to void my warranty. You know, down the road maybe I'll get an access port, but we'll see. And I'm gonna change out the head unit. I'm gonna get a Android head unit and switch that up, because I don't like the stock one. It's a little laggy. It doesn't respond as quick as I want to. And the Android head unit is legit. It's straight full place. But I definitely got to find somebody that can install that for me, because I know nothing about installation of radios and stuff like that. And I'll probably upgrade the speakers, because the speakers are not. I'm hitting it about 40, 45, almost maxed out, and it's not a slapper, I should say. Doesn't have really bass. And the limited edition and the standard edition for the STI, I don't know, but I cannot, if you guys can help me out, I cannot find the bass adjustment, because it lets me only do whatever is stored in there, and it's like pop, rock, you know, and stuff like that, but it doesn't let me adjust the bass itself, because I like my music with a little bit of bass, not too much, but a little bit. But other than that, that is the reason why I want the STI, and I'm happy I made that decision, and I'm not going to regret it, because it is. This year, to me, I felt like reading a lot of, you know, information on the STI. This year is a very comfortable ride. It has a lot of room. I'm about 5'11". I'm about 231 pounds. So I got a lot of leg room. My kids got a lot of leg room in the back. My friend is 6'5", who sits in the car before, and he had a lot of clearance on the top of his head. And his leg room, he had a lot of clearance. And not enough to my son to have leg room back there when he extended the seat back. But other than that, the only flaws I had was, yeah, gas mileage. But then again, I'm not driving an STI for gas mileage. If I wanted that, I want the WRX. The head unit, and that's about it, you know. Like, and this is about a month into owning the car, and you know, I'm happy as could be. So if you want a car, if you want the STI, and you can't decide between the WRX, just look up at what you wanted for a long time. If you wanted the STI, get the STI. Don't care what anybody says about the new engine, blah blah blah, it's got the same motor, blah blah blah, for the last 12-15 years, blah blah blah. You know what, if you want an STI and you can afford it right now, get the STI. Don't let anybody stop you. It's your life. You do what you want, and if you feel like you can financially afford the STI, do it. Pull the trigger. I pulled the trigger, and I couldn't be more happy. I literally had a receding line. See that right here? It was coming up to here, but now my hair is growing back, because I'm less stressed, and it's coming back fully, and I'm not joking about that. I definitely let a lot of things go in my life, and started new and got this car to kind of, you know, refresh my life and just be like, you know what, I'm due. Charlene is treating me good so far in about a month, and hopefully it continues down the road. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful, nice day. You take it easy. Hey, subscribe and comment below. Hey, I'll be making more videos soon, and not just about cars, but a lot of things. I got a long documentary coming up, a year's documentary that if you guys follow me, in about a year, I'm going to have a very good documentary about everything you could possibly think of, and especially family life and being a single dad, raising 3 kids, and doing this on my own. So, all right, guys, you have a wonderful, nice day. I'll talk to you guys soon, all right?